Hey everybody, I want to talk to you guys about the new age. I've been talking about this a lot in all of my videos, and it's important because we have to keep revisiting it and what it truly means and what is divinely guided by spirit that we need to follow so that we can be in alignment with the new age. So, first thing I want to talk about is zodiac signs. Every zodiac sign is actually helping with the alignment of the new age. Right now, we are in the age of Pisces, and I know a lot of people might disagree with that, but we're in the age of Pisces, and we're moving over into the age of Aquarius, into the age of enlightenment. A lot of people believe that we're in that age now. And really, no, we were gathering the collective that was ready to move to that age while we were currently still in Pisces for those 2000 and some years. Okay, because an age is about 2000 and some years. Um, the reason why we need to get ready to move out of Pisces, and I'm going to talk about it because I'm a Pisces. And I know why we are stopping this and moving forward. And and the reason why is because a lot of times people refer to Jesus, or as I say, Yahshua, as a Pisces, the fish, the savior, the one always that is selfless, that is trying to help. And right now, that's actually not where we need to be putting our focus. If you go and listen to or read John, where he's talking about the brethren and the disciples and how they're surely dying of martyrdom, and that is a high quality that Pisceans have, is this feeling like a victim, or always wanting to save the victim, or wanting to help, and that is really not beneficial because the universe is trying to let you know that you are in control of your life. Constantly, we are having people come to psychic tarot readers and ask certain questions, and it's like you have to know that you are in control of your own life and that how you're vibrating is what you are attracting, what you are admiring is what you are allowing into your life because you're putting so much focus and attention on it. And the reason why I'm saying this pandemic is showing that Piscean quality. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, hold on, we should be good humanitarians and we should give back to our communities and blase blase. And yes, be a caring person, but know your limits. Like, how would you feel if we have people that are giving to families, okay, that are less in need? And then all of a sudden you realize, hold on, like you just like let me paint the picture. Everything that is going on in someone's life is because of their own choices and actions, especially as an adult. Okay, I can say that with myself. I always so caring and giving to other people. I'll give my last. Until just this year I realized, like, hey, I had my son so young, like, and not even so young, like 18. And I did it all by myself. Like, I left my mother's house when I was 17. So I didn't even get pregnant while I was in the home. I was grown. Like, I bought my own car. I had my own job at 15. And then I went to school. I went to college for 5 years and got a bachelor's. And I was on assistance the whole time that I was doing that. And then I worked when I got out of school, at a daycare that my son went to. And I did all that. I pinned all that up. I made sure that all was lined up so that I could go to school and I could pursue a degree. And I'm making good money. But let's just say with this pandemic, they fire me, or heaven forbid, you know what I'm saying, or they let me go. and I've given so much with this same mindset. What if I had the same past mindset of giving so much and I give everything? Like, yeah, you know what? I'm getting a check. I'm getting that check. Here you guys have this food. You take this, you take that. And then they stop it. You know why? You know why they would stop it? That would be Yahweh. That would be God stopping it. Because he's saying, like, look, you're giving too much when it's my job to give. It's my job to give. And when you give so much, the universe stops. It says, you know what? These people think that they can go ahead and save their people. No, you can't save nobody. And that's why we have to move out of Pisces, because people are losing focus on who they're supposed to be saving. You're not supposed to be saving other people. You're supposed to be saving yourself. You're supposed to be saving yourself. When look, here, I don't want to, we'll use Jesus for right now. So when Jesus died on the cross, or that parable of Jesus dying on the cross was a representation of who did he die for? He died for himself. And then that love, that unconditional love, because he gave knowledge, he mingled with the people, but he worked with the willing, and then he moved the ones that were not. And what he did was, when he died, he was like, you know what? I'm not standing 10 toes on y'all, because that would be blasphemy, because y'all are the ones that are burning me on a stake. I died for me. I died because I know what I was sent here to do. I died 10 toes on what I believe I was sent here to do. Just like Moses, people talk about people killing people. Moses killed a man because someone killed his brother. Then everybody want to go after and try to execute Moses. He fled. Nah, gone. Because I did it for a reason. I believe in what I believed in. And then Yahweh showed him at the burning bush. Now look, you can't run from that. You got to show them why you move that way. You know what I'm saying? Show them that you're 10 toes. He had to go back down there. He had to get some more people so they could be 10 toes, rise out. And it's important that we understand that with this Piscean age is we can't be fishers of men anymore. Because y'all done lost track of that. Y'all done turned that into church. Y'all done turned that into physical worship. You done turn that into, oh, I got to go to church. I got to talk to the pastor. I got to talk to this person or this person and this person before I can feel saved. No, you can feel saved right here, right now in your own physical body by standing 10 toes on what you believe and who you are, and always moving in that and speaking in that and being in that light. Period. And it's getting out of this age. That's why I feel like it's so crazy. But these last couple of years, I've been feeling like I've been moving so, like, growth. Like, I've just been growing rapidly. Like, I've been reflecting back on the year before and then 2 years before that. And I'm like, damn. Like, I'm a whole nother person. And I'm thinking a whole nother way, and I'm feeling a whole nother way. I'm looking at my old journals and I'm reading that. I'm like, no, I don't agree with that no more. You know? And I'm starting to realize, whoa, if I don't agree with that no more, then maybe some of the stuff that was happening in my life was just a reflection of me. That stuff was just a reflection of the stuff that I wasn't into or that wasn't right for me. Okay? And so, or that wasn't that bad, or I was overreacting. We blame so much on other people. And the reason why is this Piscean age, this victim age. It's all about the victim. In this new age of Aquarius, we are embodying that pain. You're using it as fuel for the fire. We are unleashing the phoenix, rising from the ashes. That's exactly what we're doing right now, because we've been living as a victim. We've either been using our victimness to feel sad about ourselves, or we've been using our victimness to be a narcissist. And both of them are narcissistic. Either one's passive and one's aggressive. Okay? And it's important for people to understand that. That's why we have to move out this age. I had somebody that contacted me about somebody, and I'm like, why? I didn't respond because I was almost like, are we still like that? Like, do we still judge people so much that this victimism is making us distinguish what's right and what's wrong? And we can't do that because that's judgment. We're judging something. And like I told you in my last videos, it's like there is no good or bad. Everything is in alignment with its purpose. And you have to understand that and move accordingly so you know where you are in your purpose. If something don't stand right with you, then you'll look the other way. But a lot of people who feel a certain type of way, it's because they want to really do that shit, but they feel like they can't. Like, just say you living with a roommate and that person is sloppy and a mess. Like, you living with a college roommate and they sloppy and a mess. They never doing their work, but they go to college with you. And you're the roommate who's like always structured and always got their stuff together. And you're looking at this person like, they don't do nothing. Like, they're a slob. They ain't going over what they like. They probably gonna end up dropping down. Da, 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 da. And you know what? This person over there isn't doing nothing physically to you. So who's got the problem? You. You got the problem. Why is you concerned? For one, this person is going to college, or they're doing the same shit as you, but they're doing it different. Everybody's got a different way of doing things. They got their own path. For one, they could be a creative person, and maybe they just a sloppy person, but they know they want this goal. They know they want to achieve it. But with this Piscean age is, we get this idea that to level up or to align, you got to be like somebody else. You got to do what I do. You got to mess with crystals. You got to talk to spirit. You got to do this. You got to do that. And it's like, no. Whatever you doing that's aligning you and connecting you with your divine purpose is what you're supposed to be doing, because you're a part of the whole. We have to start understanding that, because with this Piscean age, we're actually having more control. Like, and that's what we don't need to have. We don't need to have control over people. Everyone is their own individual, living their own birthright. Please understand that. Stop having so much hate and bitterness and spite over the way other people feel that they are aligned to live. Not everything that somebody did was betrayal. Like, I know, like, I'll speak in my own light. I, for years, thought someone betrayed me until I truly understood that no, this person was asking for a way out a long time ago. And I was not accepting that. And so it's so important that people really understand, like, look, your feelings are not facts. And with this Piscean age, we got to get out of that, because we're using everything off of the way we feel. Every single thing. And we need to really get out of that. We also need to start accepting people and their pleasures and their traumas. Now that we know, this is where power comes in. What's the biggest power? When you look at the 9 major attributes of Yahweh, or the 9 major attributes of God, the biggest one is love. That unconditional love that he made. I think it's like that photoprogenesis, and that also goes to another topic that I'm going to go into another video. But that's what God calls it, photoprogenesis, something like that. But it's his unconditional love for us. And we need to start having unconditional love for people and start recognizing their traumas, because if we can recognize their trauma, and we know we got trauma, and we know what we did to get over that, okay, then we can show compassion by not reacting to someone when they do something, because when you do that, all you're doing is traumatizing that person more, but you're traumatizing their ego. It's like they're building fuel out their traumatized self is building immunity with your reaction. And we don't need to do that. We need to have compassion for people. And that's where we stand 10 toes in our light and we tell people how we feel. We speak that throat chakra and we speak it with facts. Okay, the facts are both white and black, negative and positive. Put everything on the table, make it open. Don't have any restrictions. Don't be manipulative. Don't give people an ultimatum. Okay, because we are moving out of that age. And people who are not are going to stay down in this Egypt mentality. That's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother video, okay? Because I've been wanting to do that too. That's going to be that Egypt mentality that y'all got to get out of. Stop this hate. Stop this hate. And I don't care how classy you want to be. We can't stop this hate. You either move the way you want to move, but we're not going to look and shun down because everybody's going to be on this growth path right now. All right. And with this new age coming in, this new age of Aquarius is going to cause us to shift from community and go back to self. And the reason why that's so important is because people don't understand that if everybody checked they self, if everybody got their finances together, if everybody cared about their dreams as much as the next billionaire cared about their dreams, if everybody was persistent, we would all be good. And you know what's so crazy is I had to tell my kids. I was working with a group of kids and they was just terrible. They was arguing with each other. They just so nasty with each other, cussing each other out. And I said to them, I said, look, because I was trying to get them all to be quiet and they wasn't trying to be quiet. And so they started saying, hey, shut up, shut up. Then they was like, no, you shut up, ugly little boy. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I said, hey, I said, you know what? If you just be quiet and she just be quiet and he be quiet, ain't nobody would be telling nobody to be quiet, not even me. We all just be quiet. And it's that magical thing that we as a collective of society and the universe, like, you know what I'm saying? We got to get into alignment because the problem is if we focus on self as much as we want to focus on another person, we would be excelling in life. More people that it's like you you look at all these places that are really giving food and toys and stuff to the kids and the families that are in need. A lot of those community centers are struggling financially. And the people that work for them, ooh, they ain't making no money. They're helping the poor and they're poor. They waiting on a government grant. What's wrong with that situation? What's wrong with that picture? Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with that picture. God's trying to show you right there that, hey, Miss Lady, you over here coming up with a whole foundation for these families while your family's still only making $25,000 a year. Why are they not prioritizing? Why are they not coming up with a game plan? That's the type of stuff that we're getting out of by moving out of this Piscean age, out of this martyrdom, out of that, and aligning with self. John said when he stood on top of Mount Patmos and he was in exile, he said, my disciples are surely dying of martyrdom. He said, this is really eternal life. To know Yahweh and who he is and actually exists. John 17:3. So Please understand this new age. Get out of your feelings. Accept people for who they are. Move in the way you want to move and let the shit go. It's so simple, bruh. Get out of this judgment. Get out of this fear. Pisces are all about fear. This new age of Aquarius is not about fear. If you've ever met an Aquarius, one, they're not all loud and boastful and all that stuff. And if they are the biggest goofballs. That's it. They're the biggest goofballs, but they're sincere about how they feel. They feel very deeply, but they aren't the ones to express it. They love to be isolated and alone. They have no problem with it. They're very comfortable. They're very enlightened and highly intuitive, and they just know. And they don't have to know with feeling. They don't have to know by experience, but they know by observation. They know what not to do by looking at something and seeing somebody else ruin their life with it. They know how to sit still. They know how to purpose say, no, I ain't got no money. And they really do got some money because they know they need to hold on to that. That's the new age of Aquarius we're moving into, because what it's going to do is it's going to change the dynamic and expectation of relationships. It's going to change the dynamic and expectation in the workplace. It's going to execute some of that stuff, weed some people out of the workplace and get people into their true passions, rise at bigger and better businesses. These other companies are going to come down because they don't hold no value or no weight because they came in here maliciously, okay, and stole land. They're going to end up, you know what I'm saying? We got to take over that. We have to know how to do that, and doing that is without fear. This victimage was slavery. I'm tired of hearing about the slave story. If you're still talking about white and black, you're out of it, bro. You're out of the spiritual alignment game, because that was all a distraction. And if you're still on it, you're just still distracted. You're still distracted. It's like that kid in the classroom who is just doing stupid stuff, and you want to keep yelling at that kid knowing they do stupid stuff every single day. And I'm like, why are you even entertaining them? Now you look like a problem. So this new age, I'm ready for it, because as a Pisces myself, and I have 4 Aquarius in my chart and 4 Caps, and Scorps. And then Vedic sidereal. Y'all got to get hip to the Vedic sidereal too, because if you just still on, oh, I'm a Pisces or I'm a Virgo, nah, you don't know nothing about zodiac, okay? You got to get to your Vedic sidereal, because I got Sag in me, I got Libra in me, I got Taurus in me, you know what I'm saying? And the Vedic sidereal goes way back to Hinduism. So that's where you really want to know all about that, so you can really know where you're aligned at from your past life all the way down here. So that's just a little scrambled information. But I just had to come on here because I'm just talking to a lot of people, and I'm starting to notice that my views and opinions are different from theirs. And I can't help the way I think. This is the way I think. This is the way it's been evolved. And who knows? Maybe I'll come back and be like, you know what was you thinking? But right now, I'm like, no. I'm seeing it, and I'm seeing how it aligns with his divine purpose. And so I know that I'm not tripping. It's really happening. And as a Pisces myself, I'm ready for that growth. I'm ready to help myself, because I see that my feelings and my emotions actually hinder a lot of my relationships, or hinder my workplace environment. Me not knowing how to separate some of that, all of that. And as a Pisces, we were the original, and you are all our babies. So we're fleeing all of this insecurities and feelings into your zodiac signs, and you're feeling the same way sometimes. Some of y'all are better because you're that type of sign, and you know how to flip it real quick and get your mind straight. But we as a Pisceans have given that, and It's time to move out of that energy and start helping ourselves move forward in relationships, move forward into happiness. And to have happiness, we have to grow. And we have to realize that happiness was always there and always attainable, just like the universe. But it took the universe pandemics and outbreaks and tragedies to shift the conscious mind to understand the direction that he needs us to be in. He needs us to be in enlightenment and before he can take this earth. He needs us to be the strongest beings possible and have true abundant victory before he takes this earth. It's ultimately has to happen. And so what he's doing is he knew he couldn't just give it. If you know a child, you want to give that child. Like for instance, you might have a child, and I'm not gonna take too much of your time. I'm gonna end this before 30 minutes. But so you got a child, you birthed this child, you love this child unconditionally, and you want to give this child everything. But what do they call that? Spoil. Spoil. And so you go ahead and you get that child everything. Because that's what we got. We got everything. And then what does that child say? Well, what is this? Grass? What is this? Trees? What is this? Flowers? What is this? Rain? What is this? Sun? What is this? And you like, hey. I just got all this set up and prepared for you. I could have just birthed you in a box with nothing. And it's like sometimes you got to dig yourself out of that mentality, because sometimes what you see, there was something else there, like behind the scenes, the creation process of it behind the scenes that you didn't see, that holds real weight and real value, and that you got to find again. You got to find that again. And so that's just pretty much what I'm trying to say. We can't get, it all goes down to the same thing, giving too much to people. God can't give you all this. He needs you to find it. Same way you can't help everybody. They have to find it. The same thing with these tarot readings. Tarot is all about standing at the door. If you read the Bible, it talks about the tarot readers that are at the door. If you are ready to move and go through the door, get a reading and then go. Then go and get in there and lift the veil and see the knowledge and read about it and learn about it and get there, and then we can ascend. But those that are starting to then pick up the tarot cards and start doing their own tarot and they don't know nothing, stop. If you're going to do it to help yourself and you think that's going to help you align, fine. But if you're going to misguide yourself and others, don't. Because you were not divinely guided to help anybody through tarot. When I started doing tarot, it was 4 years ago, and I was walking down the street in like this eclectic little neighborhood thing, and I went into this coffee shop and saw candles and the Thoth deck. Ironically, I'd just been learning about like Egyptian concepts and different stuff like that, and I picked it up. I correlated that with so many other different things that I'd already knew. So it's not like today, 4 years later, people are trying to now be reading stuff and getting online. Like I remember I was like the first person I ever saw do a tarot reading on Facebook. And then all of a sudden everybody started doing it. It's like it gave everybody courage. I don't know. But I had never seen anybody post a tarot reading in my life until I posted one. And that's where I was like, whoa, like the age is coming to an end, because people that are getting on there are not even knowing how to really do it. And that's another Piscean thing. Like, you can't do that. like being different, now other zodiacs are starting to be like that, being different, okay? And we're all different, but you got to find what is your thing. What is your thing? Because that's your gift. And then you use that gift to activate your purpose. Okay? So that's my final message about the new age and how things are coming about. And I hope you like this video. Please comment, let me know if you have any questions. That was 30-30 when I just said that. I also saw 10-10 and 10-11 when I was doing this video. If you want to look up any of those numbers, I've been really hitting those hard. Those might be some messages for somebody. But please just like, share, comment, subscribe, and lots of peace, love, and light through this journey. We are going to get there. Thank you so much.